Oh, adventurers, so it's a different place than it was a few weeks ago, and none of us can travel, so none of us are doing videos out and about. When I say us guys that do a few YouTube videos. I'm going to be doing a little bit of maintenance, a little bit preparing for obviously hopefully later on when all this is over and we can get back out and about. So today I'm going to do a video on knives and how I keep my knives sharp and my technique for sharpening knives. It's very quick, very easy. I use it on all the kitchen knives, I use it on my camping knives. This knife here is a Gerber, it's very sharp, you'll shave with this. It is a very good knife. And I'm going to show the technique and how good it works by sharpening up this bit of 3mm flat bar using the grinder to get somewhat of an edge on it, and then I'm going to go over it a little bit with a diamond stone, and then my technique for the last piece that makes it like a razor, and we will be able to shave with this bit of flat bar when I'm finished, and we should be able to do that in not long, maybe 5 minutes. So let's get on with it and I'll show you my technique. But before I start, I'd like to say with this technique, do it at your own risk. Sharpening knives can be dangerous and things can go wrong. So make sure that you are 100% comfortable and have your safety gear on, and don't do this technique unless you're 100% happy that you can pull it off without doing yourself any damage or any damage to anybody else. So let's go. So you start with your knife and whatever type of stone or diamond device or diamond stone, or this is a sort of like one that I got from a fishing shop for doing knives. It works, quality is okay. So, and then you just give your knife a little bit of a quick hone, and this just sort of gets it back into, gets the edge back somewhat sharp. But these things are pretty aggressive, and they're okay if you want to do a quick sharp out in the field, but they're definitely not going to get it super razor sharp. So you just keep on going with that until you're happy with it, until you think that it's got a good edge. And you can sort of see when you look closely that there's the little grooves are on there that that the diamonds cut in. So it's quite a rough edge. And you just do that until you're happy. Then after you've done that and you're happy with that edge, you've got your buff on here, so you get that started up. You put a bit of compound on there and you can see that compound going on. And then you just run the knife on the buffing wheel like this. And you do it not too hard an angle, and you do it not too hard. You don't push too hard, there's no need to push hard. And this is the same as if anyone's seen the old leather strops that barbers used to sharpen their straight bladed razors with, and if I can find some footage, I'll put some footage of that up so you can see what I mean. But this is a sort of a similar method to that. It's just obviously doing it a little bit quicker and with a buffing wheel rather than by hand using a piece of leather. And as you do that, you'll start to see on the edge here the scratches that were put in by the diamond stone slowly disappearing as that edge really gets sharp. So we'll do that for a while and I'm only talking a minute or two. Sometimes I'll put some more buffing compound on. And then so you can see that edge. Just turn that off, you can see that edge there. And then I just check it on my arm to see if it'll shave. And it's not quite there. Maybe it is there. Oh, that is there. Look, there you go. So part of it is ready and part of it's not quite. So we'll just give it a little bit more and we'll be right to go. So always when you're doing this, always make sure that you've got the knife on quite a sort of, not a sharp angle against the buff, and also below the center point. You don't want it to grab, because if that grabs that knife, it could go into you. So we obviously don't want that to happen. So you always go below the center point. So let's see if that's nice and sharp. And as you can see, that is taking hair off and it's shaving. No problems at all. So there you go. That's just got to clean up that knife, and that's beautifully and sharp, and that will stay sharp like that. And then just a little bit of a touch up every now and again will keep that razor sharp. So let's try and create an edge on a piece of flat bar, just to show you how good this technique is. And I'll have to take this buffing wheel off, and I'll put the grinder on just to get that edge started. So we've got our flat bar here. I've just it's just got dull edges on it. Just cut off with the angle grinder. So we need to take this off and get on our grinding wheel to get this started. So let's do that. We'll get that off. We'll just stick on this grinding wheel. There we go. Just give that a little bit of a nip up. Doesn't have to be too tight. And we'll get this this ground to some sort of edge. So let's get on with that. Always make sure to wear your safety glasses when doing this. Then we might move over to this belt and just see what sort of edge we've got. Okay, so let's try and get this a little sharper using a stone. It's a little warm. We'll just get that in here. We'll get that a little sharper using a stone. So we'll just give this a little bit of a rub with a stone to get that sort of bit of an edge on it. A bit better than the grinder. The grinder's very sort of very rough. Gives a very rough edge. So that's not too bad. So we're going to we will take that out of here. It's not going to shave yet, I don't think. Not really, no. So it's not shaving. Don't know if you can see that. I'll just put that there like that. Can you see that? It's not shaving. So let's get back to the grinder, and we'll see how we can get that last little bit. So first thing we have to do is just take off this wheel. Remember, it's a left-hand nut. We'll just stick that in here. We'll stick on the buffing wheel. So here's our piece of 3mm. We'll get it started. We'll put some buffing compound on and just start to buff. So here we go. Just move backwards and forwards evenly, swapping from side to side. So let's see if this will shave. As you can see, my arms I've been practicing with other knives, but let's see if we can get this to shave. Just, there we go. Look at that. So it's shaving hair off. So that's pretty sharp for a bit of flat bar. So there you have it. That's how I sharpen my knives. So if you want to go to Bunnings, if you've got a bench grinder and you want to go to Bunnings, that's an easy way to get them razor sharp. So there you go. That's how I sharpen my knives. The technique I use gets them really razor sharp. As I showed with that 3mm piece of flat bar, you could make a scraper or something with similar material and get it razor sharp and be just stripping off wallpaper or whatever you want it to do. All those buffing compounds and buffers can be got at Bunnings, and it's on a knife that's already got an edge on it. It's super quick and you can keep your knives super sharp. So just something interesting, I guess, to bit of entertainment, hopefully for somebody, for you guys to take a look at in these times when we've all got to stay at home. And maybe you can get your knives prepared for when we can get back out there. So I'm going to head off and put this video together, but also probably spend a bit of time doing all the jobs around the house, as I'm sure everyone else is, and maybe looking at a few YouTube videos of others to keep us entertained while we're locked down a little bit. Okay, till the next one, I'll catch you later, and yeah, have a good one.